Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to all our new subscribers. Thank you for hanging around and waiting for me to come back from my retreat and have a video. I do want to get together and do a video about my retreat and the different things that we did there. But I have kind of a twofold thing. Today I'm a little under the weather and I need to get a thank you card in the mail. So I thought maybe we would do that together. So my desk is an absolute disaster. You can see it's got junk everywhere, and that's fine because I'm just not up to it. I'm not up to cleaning it right now. So what I like to do is find a vintage, whatever is in my envelope stash, and this just happens to be an old vintage one. Vintage meaning it's old enough that the gum is, the gummy seal is turning, you know, quite a yellow. It's not super old, but old enough. And then this is just part of a manila folder, as you can see. And so what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to trim off that fold. I'm going to use that for the base of my card. Toss that because I won't use that little fold. Now I don't want it to be as wide as my envelope, of course. So it looks like I need to take off about a ½ inch. And I'm going to do that on the side that has the writing. We'll get rid of some of that writing. ½ inch is about right there. Okay. Now let's give her a measure. 1 second. I'm going to go this way. So yeah, that's about right. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it up. There's our afternoon train. I tell you, the other day there was a train that lasted so long. I waited and waited. I thought, don't, you know, just enjoy the train. I was trying to turn onto our street. Just enjoy the train. Don't fret about it. I waited and waited longer than I've ever waited. And then I decided I'm going to go around. So I ended up, you have to go a couple of miles down. And then you go on another farm road that goes under the train bridge and then come around. Well, the train ended up stopping. That's what made me decide to, it just stopped. I have no idea how long it was. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as a pocket. So I'm going to just score it right here. I didn't really measure anything. I'm just kind of eyeballing. That looks pretty good. Little crooked. Can always clean that up with cutting it. But it looks pretty good. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a little notch. Notch in there. I don't know where that landed. And let's round these guys. Round the corners there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just a little under the weather. My daughter was going to come over today. I'm very disappointed that that isn't going to happen. I called and told her I think it's best that she not come for dinner. And I told Joey, he likes to go, well, we both like to go to a local restaurant here. And because our town is so little, oftentimes you'll see people that you know. And so I told him, I said, maybe you should just go up to the restaurant for dinner because I'm just not feeling up to it tonight. So, anyways, yeah, I was disappointed, but we're going to try to see how I'm feeling tomorrow, and then if all else the next day. And well, she got back on Easter very late at night from a trip to London, and we haven't been able to get together. So I'm just what I'm going to do is let me grab my book here. This is just an old book so I'm just gonna, I like to start off, if I'm gonna do any coloring, I like to start off the page because I don't really care I don't like that round, sometimes it leaves a round spot, you know, because this is a round dauber. So if I'm going to color it a little bit, I like it to be a little bit I start off here and go and run it all the way off here. Kind of like when you spray paint, you know, you don't start right on the item that you're painting. You start off and then go back on. Okay, so there's that. And since this is going to be the card, I'm going to go ahead and distress the back too. Well, the card is actually going to, I'm going to use this as a pocket, but I would like this to look nice too on the back. Be distressed. Okay. And let's glue that a little bit. Yeah, so anyway, so my daughter got back from London, and I'm dying to hear about her trip and, you know, what she did, and see all of her pictures. And then she and I like to watch funny TikTok videos together, and usually babies or puppies or something, you know, something funny we found. It's almost always babies. Okay, so then let's see if this is gonna fit in there nicely. Yeah, so that'll fit in there nicely. Okay, now I'll set this aside for now. I don't know that I'm gonna need this, so I'm gonna put it right over here. Excuse the reach. And I do have a cup of coffee. I'm just gonna wet my throat real quick. Okay, thank you. All right. I feel out of sorts. I haven't made a video in a little bit. Let's see. Okay. What I did was I went back through my Summer's Bounty from the Junk Journal Studio. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. And I had a bunch already cut out, a bunch of things already cut out, and then I cut out some that I had printed and hadn't cut out. So I cut out a few things, and I grabbed some paper that I had. These are some scraps that I've had from that. Huge, huge, huge kit. So if you have not gotten that kit, I wish you would. It's so beautiful. I'm going to take this Tim Holtz mini rotary perforator, and I'm just going to use it on, I'm going to just perforate that where that one's perforated, just to make it look fun. If I can go straight. And it just perforates a little bit, and I think I'll give that a little extra. Okay, I'm gonna put it back in my pile here. And then this coat check. Now, when you see this one in the kit, it has this really fun tear here. And so what I did was I just poked it out with a pair of tweezers. I just grinded it out like that, and I think it looks fun, kind of authentic, how it looks. And then I just put a little safety pin there because that reminded me of a coat check. And then I just turned that up a little bit and gave it a little, you know, something, something. Now, if you look real close, you can see that it was supposed to be perforated right there. So I'm going to do that. Okay, where's my thing? I like to keep this in here because otherwise I can't find it. So I just put it right back. Okay. All right, so then that's perforated a little bit. And I thought that would be a fun little add-in. Okay. All right, let's get busy. Let's get this out of the way. Excuse my reach. Put it back. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so I did some of this, and I don't know what I'm going to use, so let's lay it out. I'm going to use this a little later, I think. So pretty. And this one I decided to do yellow. Okay, so what happened was yesterday I did very similar thing, using all the strawberry things that were in the kit. And oh my gosh, it was so cute. And I did it as a thank you. And I thought, oh, I wish my plan was to do it on video. And then I started gathering things and putting it together. And before you knew it, it was done. So then today I have another one to do. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to put that on video. Here's another thing I wanted to tell you. On some of these digitals that Michelle from the Junk Journal studio did. You know, like this was an actual postcard at one time, and in the image you can see where that these corners were folded. So I went ahead and just folded them and then distressed them so it looked very similar to what had happened to it, you know, just in life as an old card. So this one is actually going to be my thank you card. I'm going to write on the back of this one. And this one, I think I'm just going to decorate, and then the person that I'm giving this as a thank you, maybe they could use it as a bookmark or something. So I'm going to punch a hole there. Put this back. Kind of, maybe we could decorate this a little bit. I don't know. So that one we're going to decorate. This one can just be in there for kicks. We'll see. If it's too much, then we'll take out. Okay, then I wanted to put a little pocket down here, but I think I want a smaller pocket. Maybe I want one like this. I think that's what I want, and then we'll tuck stuff in here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I don't want it on this side. We'll see if that works. Oh gosh, the birds are just worshiping and worshiping out there. Singing, singing, singing. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful day. We have had a lot of rain. I'll probably tell you this story again, but just because I'll forget that I told you. We had a tornado hit the town that we go to, the city that we go to, and around three different tornadoes in the towns around us. We're called Tornado Alley, and so we fared it very well. And that next day, well, that day I looked out and I was like, good, nothing. We haven't lost any trees because we have a lot of trees. So this one I got just in case that one was, I didn't use it. So I'll set that over here. And our trees were just fine. We had not lost anything, and I was just really grateful. And then it rained again all night, and we woke up and a huge tree out back had completely uprooted. Now I'm kind of trying to think if I want that in there or up here. Will this fit in there? No, because I made that a little bit tight. Completely uprooted. You know how it gets when the ground is real soggy and you see these trees that just tip over. And all along I'm thinking, how has that tree been in the ground? You know, because it looks like, you know, it looks like it was just sitting barely underneath. Here's another example. I just tore that to give it some interest. And trying to think of where I want to put that. And so then I just, you know, put some distress ink on it. Anyways, I want something here. Maybe I want a label too, because this is going to be kind of covered though. Let's see. I made that pocket a little tight. I think that's going to have to go right there. And then this go in here. Anyways, yeah, so there's this huge tree out back. So that's kind of what Joey's going to be doing for the next few days, is trying to manage that. And then we've had rain ever since, and we have a couple of trees leaning, and so a little nervous about that, you know. And this is another one that I I did. Not sure if that size, if I was going to use that or not. I think I'll put it over here too. I'm just going to leave that like that, just so it looks like it was just a coat check deal. That's pretty. Let's give this a little bit more grime. Maybe put this right here. So anyways, yeah, so I mean this tree was huge, and it's it had already started to, you know, get the green leaves, so it's a lot of green leaves. Oh, I've got some pictures I took of it. But the weird thing is because everything's green around it, you can't really, you know, you can't really tell what's going on, because everything, you can't really distinguish what's happening. Okay, let's work on this. This one we want to decorate a little bit. I feel like I do want a label or something there. Let me grab my label book. Well, yeah, let me look and see in my Junk Journal Studio book. This doesn't have all, oopsie. This doesn't have, something fell, but I don't see what it was. All of my Junk Journal Studio things, but it has a lot. And here's some summer, yeah, Summer's Bounty. So let's see if we can find just a little something to go cross here. Some words. I reused a little cellophane bag. Let's see what we find. Carrot, no. Sweet peas, apples. Lazy Days is fun. Oh, there's raspberries. I like that. Garden tools, watermelon, tomato. Birdhouses, that's fun. Crawling insects. Hens and chicks. That's a rooster. Let's use Lazy Days. We'll use Lazy Days. Get in there. Now, let's see if there's anything yellow in here. Because I'm doing just the yellow. I don't see anything. But might in the spring. Is there a spring one? This one is the Botanical Green and Neutrals. Botanical Red. Collage Clusters. Here's yellow, but I don't see anything that would work for a topper. Oh well. Okay, let me put this back. Okay. And we'll give it our Lazy Days. Oh, that's a sticker. I've copied this on sticker paper. Okay. I love it. Lazy Days. Today wasn't going to be a lazy day, but right now I feel like it needs to be a lazy day. How about a little bit of paper across here? I have this paper sitting on my desk. Came out of a garden book, so that'll work. Okay. I'll just get some glue on it. I'll trim it off here in a little bit. Now let's put this guy down. I don't know if you can hear a little rattling in the background, but that is, I have a fan going. Because something in the night we had a short or a surge or something, and so our heat and air is not working. So Joy's checking that. Is that crooked? Well, we'll just have to tilt our head a little bit. Let's see. That's a fun piece of paper. It's very caramelized. Let's put a number on it. Yeah, it does look crooked to me, but let's put a number on here and see what can I find. A number. I have some numbers. There they are. Okay, now where's a block? There's a block. Okay, you can see I got that at a thrift store for 50 cents. I need to get that label off of there because it hinders seeing what you're doing. Let's put the number 3 on there. That's upside down. Number 3. Okay. I think we'll use this one. Do I want that or black? How about this? This will be good. Oh, it almost doesn't fit. Perfect. Put it back upside down. So we're expecting more rain to start just any time, really. Any minute. Okay, what do I want to do with this? Do I have something? My thought was a circle punch, but I think I've made this paper too thin, too narrow. I think this is going to be too small. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. Well, let's do it. I like that anyways. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think I'm going to take black. Just outline it. This is how I usually get black all over my fingers, by doing this. And this archival ink dries really fast, which I absolutely love that. I love it. All right. Good. Whoops. And good. Okay. And then I don't drop it. Pick it up. Just kind of give it a little bit more pizzazz. Okay. And what if we put a little bit of like ribbon or something? I pulled out some ribbon, but I don't think that's what I want. I think I want to look at this mess over here. Oh, you know what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a ruffle with this. Yep. I think I'm going to do a ruffle, and then I think I'm going to put that 3 on it. That bottle could use a little cleaning. Let me just cut that I just like to just put a little glue down and then just pinch and smash. I'm just going to ruffle that a little bit. Find if you pull it from the little corner, you can get it good. There we go. Okay. I'm going to keep that, of course, you know that. That'll go on a bulb pin, not the one today, because I just want it to look like it came off of the coat check. Go put it right there. I feel like it needs something else though, but I don't really know what. Maybe just a little piece of ribbon. Dropping it everywhere. Sorry, I'm reaching. Here's a little piece. That's better. That's a lot of glue, isn't it? I don't know if I told you, Joey he was going to the store, so I said, hey, would you grab some paper towels? We're out of paper towels. And so he grabbed some that have like stripes and stuff and flowers, and I didn't even know they were making those anymore, but they're not my thing. So I said, thank you for the paper towels. Next time, would you just get white? So now I have, look how colorful. I cut them. Okay, good. Now let's put, I know it's a lot, but I kind of feel like I want even more on here. But I don't know. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. This is just, I don't know, Walmart, Dollar Tree, maybe. I don't know where I got this, but it's not expensive. I know that. I don't see on here where it came from. I'm a little quiet today, and I just, you know, just kind of weary and feeling, and but wanted to put a video together and say hi. Yeah, so yesterday I just, you know, do you ever get into like a funk and you just can't, you want to craft, but then you just can't think of what to do or anything? And someone asked me one time, what do you do when you're, you know, you're just in a funk and you can't figure out what to do, and you where to start. You don't want to work on this. You don't want to work on that, you know. And my answer is always make something for someone else. And that will help you to, you know, get back in your creative juices going again. And so that's what prompted me to get my thank you going yesterday, is because I just could not think of what I wanted to do. And then once I got going, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of it all. Okay, so maybe she can use this as a bookmark. So I'm going to put that back here. And hope that still fits. Get in there. I'll have to take it out in a minute, but I'll just make sure. Yeah, I think I can make it fit. Might have to add an extra stamp because of that little bulge, but okay, so I think that's super cute. I think that's cute. Wonder if I should put a little ribbon on this, little lace on this too. See, I don't want to cover anything up, and I'm pretty close to my measurements, so I better not. Should have thought of it earlier, huh? But it's still cute. It's still cute. You could always do this around the whole thing if that was long enough. Maybe I'll find another piece to do that. Okay, so then I wanted to do this envelope too. I wanted to work on that, and then I have this left over. So I thought what I would do is use it. Maybe I will just use this here. And then I think I'm going to just put this here for the mailing label. And then I'll put my return address on the back. I'm a little bit in slow motion today. I'm just knocking back that white edge here. Nothing too super duper because it's already discolored here on its own, you know. I have to find a pretty stamp. I've got a few stamps, the forever stamps, so I'll have to find a pretty one. Maybe add one of my postcard stamps to make up for, you know, that little bump in the thing. Because I know I don't want them to charge the person that's something to get a thank you card and then you have to pay postage. Or they send it back to you and now you're, you know, the thank you is even later than it was to begin with. The one I sent that I made last night that I sent this morning was super late. which I'm not crazy about being that late on correspondence like that, but it just happened. Okay. I'm going over here on the side to my glue book. Put my ruler away. Let's see, I think I'll just use glue stick. So I'm just putting a lot of glue on it because I want it to stick really good to that envelope. I think it will anyways because it's not a cardstock or anything. This was just printed on regular copy paper. Like that. All right, one more time. And then I usually use my art glitter glue to seal the envelope because I don't trust that glue that's on there. But I will do that later because I want to write a little personal note on here. Now I know this is in the wrong corner, but what I do is I put a big 2 and the address. And then I put my address, return address on the back. So I think it turned out okay. Can't go wrong with the Junk Journal Studio. I'm looking for a piece of scratch paper to put back here, put in here. You won't see the inside of that envelope because, you know, you tear it up. Let's see that part. Okay. Is that it? Maybe we'll put a little bit of this right here. See how it works. Not too bad. Okay. We're almost done. Oh boy. You know, I was thinking about Joey Cardmaker, and he makes 100 Christmas cards every year. Have you ever seen him? If you haven't, go on to his Instagram and look. And so much detail. They're so beautiful. And, you know, you just think the time it takes to do 100. You know, I mean, this has taken me, how long? 40 minutes so far or whatever. And Joey even sews around his, and he puts little doodads, and it's just an absolute labor of love for sure. How did I have that like that? Okay. Okay, now you know I feel compelled to put something else on there. I don't really want to put red. Oh boy, now I've done it, haven't I? Here's my what am I trying to say? My kit. Let's see if there's anything, a print, a tiny print that I haven't used. I've already done the butterfly. Need just something really little to put there. But I kind of want to stay with the yellow. Oh, I know. I've got this little piece of paper over here that might work. That kind of mirrors the what's on that journal card we just did, the tag that we just did that has the rooster on it. Has some of these on there. Wheat stalks or whatever they are. Get it all kind of grunged up a little bit. Then we'll be done. I say that. I'm gonna have to cut that off. Okay, still need one more thing. I feel like it needs a circle. Got stuff all over my thumb. That's fine. Okay, now I think it's done. I said that about 2 or 3 times ago. Maybe if I put my things away, I will be done. Of course, I did that last time. All right, let's look. Get some of this out of the way here. I keep those little guys. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, I've got everything out. Everything. Okay, here we go. Here's our little thank you folio. It's a little pocket, and it has different little things, and we perforated a couple of things, and made this to be, it could be used as a bookmark. I'm not going to write on it. I am going to write on this one. I'll leave it out. I'm going to write on the back of that, and that'll be the thank you. And this is fun because this girl also helps and is helping out in our church library. So that's fun. And then it'll all go in here. Be a nice little thank you card. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks so much for hanging with me and putting up with me today as I'm a little bit under the weather. And I hope everyone has a really great rest of the day. Hope you get to craft or watch a video or tear up a magazine or something, or journal. I hope you get to journal. Don't forget, we pray blessings over you, and we want you to know you're so loved. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.